During the late 1970s, Akiko Yano emerged as one of Japan's most ubiquitous, quirky art pop talents, playing with everyone from YMO to members of Little Feat. And in 1977, she released her third solo album, the
いろはにこんぺいとう
which translates to I'm Happy with Iroha, featuring quite a striking cover of her holding a big fish on her back. Whether it's real or not, it's probably plastic. Anyway, from that album, the track Potsun, which translates to light. Okay, already I love this chord progression. You know, it's got some major sevenths in, it's got some like flats. It like I just heard like an E flat. Yeah, going into some far chords, mixing those in with the more conventional chords. So good. Right there, you can tell that there's a compositional depth that she knows how to work the key centers properly and find passages that takes things places and doesn't resort to safety. I have no idea what she's singing. I was not able to find a translation. Just gotta think of her voice as an instrument. Hear those two keyboards, the synthesizer and the piano, just kind of doing filigree, like amid one another. Got that cute kind of voice, slightly, She's 22 years old when she made this. It's like that kind of like damp bass sound that's like going like wah, wah, wah. Yeah, that was Akiko Yano with Potsun. Some of these, aka Light, some of these tracks on this album blend into one another. Let's hear a different song from the album. Machikutabirete. Trying to pronounce this one. I'll just start it and then go find the translation. This title, translates to waited.
Machikutabirete.
Translates to waited for, supposedly. I love how these songs are both quirky and melodic at the same time. Like right there, we've got like a real hummable like vocal like arc going.
頭の中に時が刻まれあと少しもう少しだけ私まで見る背中合わせに甘い青でこよあなたも待ちぼうけ
I see a similarity between these two songs in that she knows how to construct kind of like a like these like angular type melodies and find like the right kind of vocal curve to place over them. Like using like throwing in like E flat and then going from there to like G or something or which is kind of like a like far apart like and to give it that kind of like spike and like starting like in kind of like a plaintive key maybe and then just throwing in a slight twist and then like a bridge where she like scales up like some really like kind of atmospheric little passages right there. Sound shaping, color, like tell me that vocal melody that da na 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 isn't already like repeating through your head. Those passages like that, those choices of chords, and like the mixture of ordinary chords and then some choice flats and far chords. Yeah, she knows how to compose. Yeah, tell me that just it doesn't matter whether you can understand what she's singing or not. Like you can hum it like da na 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 na. Beautiful key to land in for the final with those like sustained outro notes, kind of like that threshold of light type keyboard sound. Kind of reminds me of something like off Gary Wright's Light of Smiles album. Yeah, like that, like something off like that song that I did a few months ago, Child of Light by him. Yeah, from the same year as this, so it makes sense. Let's see, on this album the instruments are played by bass by Haruomi Hosono of Yellow Magic Orchestra. Drums by, well, at least actually a track I'll get to is one track. Track one track was recorded in America. The rest of it recorded in Japan. Sigeru's Suzuki plays electric guitar on quite a bit of this anyway. On the track we just heard. Vocals, keyboards by Akiko Yano, our young lady here. Let's hear one more track from the album, Ike Yanagida.
Ike Yanagida.
That post-chorus, like, pivot section right there where she drops into kind of a lower key. And the translation just kind of says, go Yanagida. Yeah, I'm sorry for accidentally playing that as she was singing, playing the translation voice. Hear those two different keyboard sounds here. We've got that really high, kind of like an ARP. Almost sounds kind of like a toy type of like ARP sound, I think. And this other that sounds kind of like a clavinet. How many sounds can a clavinet make? I don't know offhand. I know the more kind of greasy sound, but that, like more of like a cleaner, like high. Hear her stretch those vowels out, showing some real vocal range. Or showing some vocal talent anyway, that she's not just kind of like a cutesy pop, like toy pop singer, that she actually can stretch it out and, you know, kind of C minor. just like beaming the two tones, like the higher one, the lower one, just beaming, oozing, kind of almost squirting in a way. And that really tight kind of crafty drum work we're hearing, courtesy Tatsuo Hayashi.
さあさあさあさあチャンストライトゥアイマンのい出番はあなたよ
Yeah, the drummer I just mentioned, he was in Tin Pan Alley, art pop band from the mid 70s, and during the 80s would be in Parachute and Aragon. Yeah, all stuff that's like turned up on the collector circuit of Japanese art pop.
初級打ちなんかダメダメよまたバカ色のど真ん中行けやないだ行けやないだ行けやないだ行け流しが行けよびふり
I like how the song has such like distinct like verse and then like swelling chorus and then like post chorus kind of like lower section sequence and just such like well composed and yet like quirky and yet well composed and
グランドは滝壺に一塁側はお祭り騒ぎおおさだはる歌ば歌ばタップアウトは日のためにいらないだ行けやないだ行けやないだ行け流しは行けよみふり
kind of funky section right here and like E I believe E flat minor. What was that one windy, wheezy sound we heard? Oh. Akiko Yano with Ike Yanagida. And I guess I won't murder the prior two titles I've already tried to mention and I translated, but it doesn't really matter what they mean. It's all that matters is that it's wonderful music that a person can appreciate no matter what language they speak, as long as you appreciate melody, as long as you admire instrumentation and quirky original arrangements and just musical creativity and have an open mind and like to explore. That's really all that matters. Yeah. Akiko Yano, 3 great tracks from her 1977 album.
いろはにこんぺいと
Yeah, and which doesn't even matter if I have it romanized. I'd still not do the title any justice. Yeah. Anyway, her third album released on Philips, and yeah, at this point she had been to the United States, played her prior album, Japanese Girl, had backing by Little Feat. And this one recorded both stateside and Japan, like kind of split sessions, and she would become very prolific over the next decade or more, releasing about an album a year, and a force to be reckoned with. Would soon marry Ryuichi Sakamoto, who was kind of just an up and comer at this point. The following year, he would release his first solo album, Proper, and then Yellow Magic Orchestra would premiere. And with him as the relative newcomer. This album, of course, featuring Haruomi Hosono on bass, who would be kind of the established elder in YMO. Him having played in numerous bands going back to the late 60s. Anyway, for more Rubies and Sapphires from the catalog of Akiko Yano, see the directory of albums by Japanese artists linked in the description below for red hot tracks and tasty purples from this album, the one before it, and several of the ones after it. As well as albums by Haruomi Hosono, Ryuichi Sakamoto, Yukihiro Takahashi, Yellow Magic Orchestra, Tin Pan Alley, and other band acts that I mentioned, like Aragon, Parachute. Yeah, they're all there. Over 800 albums strong. Japan, very plentiful creative musical scene during the 1970s and 80s. Like and subscribe and follow me on social media, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the 3 tracks we just heard, the layers, the instrumentation, the nuances of the instruments, and the composition, and the vocals, and just your impressions of the overall cutesy, quirky, creativeness of it all. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most air-traveled Trimaximalist, signing off.